Okay, second tries the charm. My name is Amy Lane, and about 1,000 years ago, when I was student teaching, I would get asked questions, and kids are always trying to kind of put off their student teachers, make them look silly. But I always took their questions really seriously. And one of them said, Miss Lane, why do they do that? When you watch a movie, why does the bad guy always have to almost win at the end? Why do they do that? And of course, he was using the ubiquitous they. And I stopped and I thought about it. And I I told him I'd get back to him. And I actually started to look around. I started to look at everything I knew about literature, everything I'd been teaching about literature. And my education, my literature education, was sort of self-chosen. I counselors were always trying to steer me to take more classes, and things I didn't really like. It's like, why would an English major need advanced calculus? There really is no reason. So I picked all my classes, but I didn't know to pick things like seminar that would explain all this stuff to an undergrad. And so I got really good at making connections on my own. And I came back and I answered that student. They, ubiquitous they, follow a script set from human behavior. And Aristotle tried to capture that script in Poetics. And as our lives have moved faster and as we've refined entertainment, we have continued to refine that script to the point that if the script is clumsily followed, we can really predict what's going on. And if it's not clumsily followed, if it's followed well and script is entertaining and intelligent, then we're on the edge of our seat and we're not really sure that the bad guys are going to lose and the good guys are going to win until the very end. So they is actually mankind. Now, you're probably wondering what that has to do with crafting romance in my very first video to YouTube about crafting romance. And the thing is, many of our questions about why literature is the way it is, why romance is the way it is, why there are rules that we feel we have to follow today, like God sent down the romantic Bible, is because we have been refining a script of human behavior. And I have written over, it depends. Don't look at Goodreads because I have big books that have been chopped down to little books and little books that have been added together to big books, and they're all in there in one big glop. Let's say getting close to 100 books. Close to 100 books that can be purchased in paperback form. And I have written really long books. I've written books over 200,000 words. I have written little teeny novellas of 18,000 words. And I have written category romances. Some of them not even for a category or for a publisher specific category, but some of them for a specific category. And I have asked myself why and how. I know what to do to a story in order to make it long, in order to make it short, in order to capture as much emotional punch as I can in one little bite or one ginormous bite. And so I started thinking about that. I love talking romance with my friends, and one of them, Damon, he's mentioned in my book, Crafting Category Romance, suggested that I write down what I know about why do they always do that in romance books. And that is where we got Crafting Category Romance. And that is kind of the basis of this channel. This YouTube channel is going to be me talking about romance, talking about writing in general, because romance is not my only genre. I also do suspense and paranormal and urban fantasy. I am not a household name, but boy, I love writing and I love reading and I love storytelling. And I thought I'd share whatever it is I have that could interest another writer or a reader who likes to know what it is they're reviewing. And I can share it here. So that's who I am. That's what my channel is. And I am going to try and upload once a week. So Amy Lane wrote a book called Crafting Category Romance. And if I get really good at YouTube, I'll figure out how to put a link in there so you can see the link. And it should be on Amazon, even as I speak. All right. Thanks all for listening. And take care.